A nossa sugestão de hoje para as suas leituras é a mais recente obra de Mais Ler, a jesuíta de Lisboa, publicada pela Casa das Letras. O livro pretende ser uma reflexão sobre a influência da Companhia de Jesus na vida portuguesa do século XVIII. O autor esteve recentemente no nosso país e conversou com Ler Mais Ler Melhor.
I studied literature and history, and while I was studying, I came across so interesting topics that I thought this would be a great novel. I wasn't allowed to tell my professors, you know, they would have disliked that very much. They wanted to make scientists out of us and not novelists. But secretly I started writing, and my first two novels I wrote during the studies, and then afterwards I think 6 other novels, right? And the Jesuita is my 7th. Well, I would have taken a German city, but there is no other city on earth that has a history like Lisbon. So you have this big earthquake in 1755, a city completely destroyed and rebuilt. And then you have the Tavora affair, the conspiracy against the king, and the downfall of the very powerful Jesuit order, Jesuit society. So much happening in few years that I think it's already a novel, even though I could have just taken the history books, so it would be a novel. And I didn't have to invent very much for the book. First time I came to Lisbon was in 2007, and I knew I wanted to write this book. So I went to all the places in the city, walked through the streets until my feet hurt from dawn till dusk. And I went to the museums, Military Museum, National Coach Museum, Tile Museum, all the museums. Or to places like the Convento do Carmo, you know, seeing the arches, the pale arches in the blue sky behind it, the destruction, the force of the earthquake, I think can still be felt there. Or if you go to São Roque, the Jesuit church, you can still see the precious interior there. There are many places where you can connect to the time back then. Even when you look at houses that were built right after the earthquake, and you see these iron balconies, and it makes you feel closer to the time at that. I think you can read my novel in 3 ways. You can read it just as a love story. There's twin sisters, dangerous, yes. There's 2 sisters and their twins look the same but are very different from their character. One flirts a lot, has many friends, knows how to dress up, and is very a people's type, you know. And the other is more calm and shy and likes to read and envies her sister for her way to deal with people. And then there's the man both fall in love with, and of course the flirty sister gets his attention, and the other one it's terrible for her, so they fight for this man. This is the one way to read it. Another way would be to read it as the story of the hour of birth of seismology. Because of the earthquake, they started to try to find out how an earthquake happens. They didn't know at that time, and it took only 5 years after the earthquake to find out about the crust of the earth moving and all that. So I have a young scientist here. That's the man the 2 women love, you know. And how he goes on to find out about the earthquake is the second way. And the third way to read the book would be the story of the downfall of the Jesuit order. Because there was, for decades, no Jesuits anymore. After the earthquake, there was a big compulsion of the Jesuits, not only in Portugal, also in France and in Spain and other countries. And this interested me. What happened? Why did the most powerful and a large Catholic order had to be disbanded by the Pope? I was interested in this story. Right now I'm writing a novel about the Second World War, about someone in Germany who didn't fight for Hitler and didn't fight against Hitler. I didn't want the strong persons, but a weak person in between. Someone who works for the secret police, the Gestapo, but somehow came into there and just does what people expect from him. And you know, I think there were many people like this that didn't really think Hitler is a good guy and didn't really want to fight him, but just went with a crowd. And I want to write about someone like this.
A Jesuíta de Lisboa, de Jesui, é a obra que hoje recomendamos. Nós temos 5 exemplares para oferecer no passatempo. As contempladas serão as primeiras 5 respostas corretas à pergunta: qual a obra que marca a estreia literária de Jesui? Relembro que o nosso e-mail é lermaislermelhor@philbox.com. Participem, boa sorte e boas leituras!
Programa apoiado pelo Plano Nacional de Leitura.